Hello, I am so glad you could join me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Guys, today is a special day. It's the month of November, and this is a big month in Barbados. It's independence. It's when they became a republic, and there's a lot going on down there. There's all kind of parades and everything. So I'm trying to get into the spirit of things, okay? So see, I am my Barbados colors. I have my blue on, and you can't see my pants, but I have my black pants. And I have yellow. I was trying to find some yellow earrings and I couldn't, so I'm missing the yellow, but I'm getting there. Still got time to go. Today I am making some conkeys, guys. Conkeys were made, it's a traditional thing in Barbados that was made around November 5th, okay? Guy Fawkes Day. So I'm gonna make conkeys now, and of course I'll make them a little bit later down in the month. Conkeys is a traditional thing that's made in the month of November, so I am kicking it off. So if you are gonna make some conkeys, let's get started. Get your stuff and let's do it together. All that running that you're hearing going back and forth, that's Camden. He is just running up and down and up and down. Oh, I think he just bumped his head. Let me go get him. He's so happy running up and down, he may not want me to hold him, but I'm just gonna see if I get a quick peek. Let me get him. 1 second. Say hello. No, camera. Say hello. You can say hello? Huh? Okay. No? You can say hello? You gonna help me make some conkeys today? Or you gonna help me eat? Eat. Okay, bye. Go. You hear? He's gone again. Hear that? Those little feet? He's running. Alright guys, so let's get started. So the first thing that we're gonna do when we have conkeys is we need banana leaves. So if you're anywhere in the tropics and you have banana leaves, I'm not in the tropics, but I buy these from the Spanish supermarket. Sometimes you can find them in the freezer or the refrigerator section. So we start with our conkeys. So what I did is I get a scissors and I cut them in squares, and then I put them on the stove, and I put them on the stove. And what you do, like, come over the stove and I'll show you how we do this on the stove. So I have my stove on here, guys, and this is my leaf. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swinge the leaf a little bit. So you're gonna put it on the fire, but you're not gonna let it stay. You have to keep moving it because you don't want it to burn. But basically what you're doing is you're just killing any bacteria that's on there. You're just getting rid of any bacteria, any little microscopic bacteria that you can't see. And that's it. After I've done that, the next thing I do is I take a wet paper towel and I just go and I just wipe it off on both sides. I just wipe it, make sure it's nice and clean, and then you could, if the edge is kind of a little bit withered, you can just cut it off like this, okay? And basically that's it, and you have your leaf that's ready. Over here I have some, I did these in advance. I have some smaller pieces that broke off, so you keep these pieces because sometimes this is ripped on the inside, and if it is, you can kind of patch it up by putting an extra piece in the center so your stuff don't leak out, okay? So now that we have our banana leaves is ready and we don't have to deal with that anymore, let me go ahead and start putting our ingredients together and show you exactly how it is done. You've seen me done this before, so you know, but let's do it together, okay? Let's go. All right, so now let's get started. Now make sure you get yourself a nice big bowl to make your conkeys, because this makes a lot of conkeys. I have to count them, and this depends on what size you make them, but let's get yourself a nice big bowl. And I'm going to start, and there's no order. You can put it in any order that you want. I have here 1.5 pounds of pumpkin. I use butternut squash, so you can use pumpkin, butternut squash, any kind of pumpkin you want is fine. They are in the pumpkin family, are pumpkin. This is butternut squash, okay? I like the nice yellow, pretty color. I have here 2 cups of coconut, grated coconut. See, there's no special order. I have here 1 pound of sweet potato, or 2 cups is how you measure it. So let's put this in here as well. Let me get a spoon. So this is 2 cups of sweet potato. We're gonna dump that in there. I have some sugar here. This recipe called for 4 cups of sugar, but guys, it is a little sweet. It is sweet. If you let your conkeys get real sweet, perfect, that's good for you. So I'm cutting back on the sugar. So instead of using 4 cups of sugar, I'm using 2 cups of sugar. So this is 2 cups of sugar that I'm putting in here, because I think it's a little too sweet. I don't like it so sweet. Over here, I have 2 pounds of cornmeal, which is like 4 cups of cornmeal. And this is a fine cornmeal. You put that in there. Here I have half a cup of flour. Let's dump that in. Where is my... I'm gonna dump everything in. And as I said, in this recipe, there's no order, like, should I put this first? Nope, put anything at any time, it's okay. Now, over here, I have 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, okay? We're gonna dump this all in here. Now, I have 8 ounces of butter, or say 1 cup of butter here. And this butter is melted. Let me just make sure it is nice and melted. And I'm gonna pour that butter in there. See guys, this is a very healthy, all the things that you have in here, very healthy. If you are a vegan, you can substitute your butter. You know how to do that. You could, I'm gonna put 2 eggs in here. I usually get a lot of feedback about eggs. You don't put eggs in conky, you don't put milk in conky. Okay, understand that. I put eggs in conky and I put milk in it. To me, it makes it really nice and smooth. If you've tried my conkeys in the past, you know that my conkeys come out nice and smooth and it's not dry, okay? And I think that also helps it. But you can eliminate the eggs. You don't have to put the eggs. You don't have to put the milk, right? And this is vegan friendly. Here is my eggs. I have 2 eggs and I beat these eggs together. Back in the olden days, people didn't put eggs in them because they didn't have a refrigerator to store this stuff. I also have here half a cup of coconut oil. Now, I don't use lard. That's what they used years ago, lard in here. We're making this nice and healthy. So we say this is vegan friendly. So this is half a cup of coconut oil. You melt your coconut oil and you pour that in there. And I have over here 1 cup of milk, okay? You don't have to put the milk because back in the olden days, they didn't put eggs or milk, so you can leave this out. And then you're vegan friendly. I have 2 cups of water. Look over here with this so you can see these ingredients. 2 cups of water. We're gonna start stirring this in a minute, but now we need to still add a couple other things in here. 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Actually, I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons. Some person wrote me and asked me, why don't I use mixed essence? I would love to use mixed essence, but there's no mixed essence here. You have to send me a bottle of mixed essence from Barbados. We don't have mixed essence here. I've never seen it in the store here. And I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of almond essence, just to flavor it up a little. Now, one of the big things in Barbados is people say, should we use raisins? Should we not use raisins? Yes, raisins make everything taste good. So this is half a cup of raisins in there. But of course, you know, whatever you don't like. And then that's it. So all I'm gonna do now is mix this all up together. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay here for a while. You're gonna mix this and make sure everything is combined. You throw a lot of stuff in here. You wanna make sure everything is combined nice and well. And once everything is combined, then we will put it in our leaves. So let me just go ahead and mix this up and then put it in our leaves. Gonna use a little bit of elbow grease to get this going. Okay guys, so this is my mixture here that I have been mixing. Gotta mix it well to make sure that everything is combined. So once you've given it a good mixture, the next thing you're gonna do is go ahead and put it in your banana skin. Make sure you have a nice big pot. I have a pot over here with some water that's already started to boil with a steamer on the inside. Now, if you don't have that, another thing that you can do is you can get a pot, and if you have the banana stems and sticks, you can put it to the bottom and then put your conkeys on top of that to make sure that your conkeys are not sitting in the water. You don't want to sit them in the water. You want to be able to just steam them, okay? So let's go ahead here, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it right here on the counter. So this is one leaf that I have here. That's a nice big leaf. And I'm going to take a scoop of this. And you can make these as big as you want or as small as you want, okay? So I just made one spoonful there. And then I'm going to take my leaf and I'm going to wrap it like this, and then I'm going to bend it. And because the leaf is pliable, you don't have to tie it up. You don't have to do anything else. It's not going to come apart. And that's one right there. Let me do another one for you. A nice big scoop right in the center. I don't like my conkeys too small. I like when I'm eating a conky to have a nice chunky conky. Okay, so another way to fold your conky is you can put the two halves together like this, and you bend it over like that. And this is another way to fold your conkeys, okay? So any style that you want, you can go ahead and fold it. Now, if you have a leaf like this, you happen to have a rip in the leaf, you can take one of these pieces right here, these extra pieces, and you put right here in the center, or wherever the rip is, to make sure that it does not leak in the center. And all the time that you're doing, just make sure you continue to stir so that no liquid or anything is settling to the bottom. And then go ahead again, put a nice chunk right there in the middle. And then you just go ahead and you fold. I like this fold better, so I'm gonna fold all mine this way, okay? So when you finish folding, as I said, you go ahead and you put them in your steamer and you steam them for about an hour and a half. You can check them. That's about as long as it usually takes, probably about an hour, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And then you can go ahead and let them cool, and then you can eat your conky. So I will come back to you. Another thing too, a few people have asked me, what if you don't have banana leaves? Because certain places that you live in, you just can't get a hold of banana leaf. Some people say they do it in foil paper. No, I would advise you, instead of doing it in direct foil paper, to get the wax paper, put it inside of that paper, and then put the, and fold it, and then put the foil paper over it, okay? And do it that way. So I will finish this up, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the next step. Hey guys, out of the batch that I just did, I got 20 conkeys, okay? So I used one scoop and a little bit. So if you want them smaller, you would probably use half a scoop, but I did one scoop, one full scoop and a little bit, and it gave me 20, okay? So now I have my steamer here. So I am going to put these, and they're just gonna sit on top of this thing. They're not sitting in the water. And I'm gonna put them in here, and then I'm gonna cover this pot, and I'm gonna leave them in here for like an hour or so. I'm gonna lower the stove. You don't wanna put your stove too high. I'm gonna lower the stove so it can take its time, all right? So as soon as these are cooked, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna taste them and tell you exactly what it tastes like. Guys, conkeys are all done. Here they are. Looks good. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna taste them and tell you exactly what it tastes like. I wanted my Camden to be able to taste them with me, but he's been running up and down until he exhausted himself, so he's fast asleep. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and do it without him. So let me try them or taste them. and tell you how it is. Okay, so I'll take one. And then you're gonna unwrap it. Okay. And this is what it looks like here. So let me put it on the plate. We don't need this anymore, so get rid of this. So now let me go ahead and taste it for you. And this is what is a traditional thing in Barbados. It is made around the month of November, and I got started early, okay? Now, actually could come in closer. Now, as you see, when I'm cutting it, you can see in here the tenderness in there. So let me go ahead and taste it. Guys, you can taste the coconut. You get little spices. I can taste a little bit of nutmeg and the other spices. And even though I put only 2 cups of sugar in here instead of 4 cups, which recipe calls for, which is a lot of sugar, it's still a little sweet. So if you wanted it less sweet, you can go for like 1 cup of sugar. Because remember, the pumpkin is sweet, the sweet potato is sweet. So you have a lot of sweetness going on in there, okay? But this is just right. The texture, that is perfect. It tastes perfect. Guys, it is not dry. Sometimes people make those conkeys and it tastes good, but when you go to swallow it, it kind of sticks somewhere around here because it's dry. This one is nice and moist and it just goes right down, okay? So give this recipe a try. And after you've tried it, write me and let me know what you think, how you like it. Guys, I had fun making this. I'm sorry that Cammy's not here to give it a try because I'm trying to turn him into a little Bajan boy. I just got to give him the wine now, the Bajan wine now, the Bajan wine. I got to teach him. That's okay, I got some time. I'm teaching him all of that stuff. Guys, I had fun and I hope you have fun making some as well for your family. Don't forget to share the video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And subscribe and also leave a comment. I love to read your comments. Until next time, bye-bye.